Most cities are designed to move people. Japan designed its cities to respect them. There's a difference, and once someone points it out, you can't stop seeing it. We're talking about 12 systems, most of which you'd walk past without noticing, that collectively remove the low-grade stress most people don't even realize they're carrying. Not one of them requires you to do anything differently. The infrastructure just works around you, and that feeling of being accounted for by your environment is something most people have never experienced. Number 1, omotenashi-style customer service that anticipates needs. Imagine walking into a pharmacy in Tokyo with a cold, and before you finish explaining your symptoms in broken Japanese, the pharmacist has already pulled 3 products, separated them by severity, and placed a small cup of water on the counter so you can take the first dose right there. Nobody asked her to do that. Omotenashi is the operating principle behind that moment, and it's worth being specific about what it actually is, because it gets described vaguely a lot. It's not just politeness. It's a service orientation where the person helping you has already thought through your situation further than you have, and they've prepared for needs you haven't voiced yet. The mechanics are interesting. Staff in hotels, shops, and transit hubs are trained to read context rather than wait for requests. A guest checking in with muddy shoes gets a bag for them without being asked. A customer staring at a menu gets a recommendation before they flag anyone down. The trigger is observation, not a complaint. What this does at scale is remove a specific kind of friction that most people don't have a name for, the friction of having to advocate for yourself constantly. In a lot of service environments, you have to notice your own problem, figure out who to tell, explain it, and then wait. Omotenashi collapses that whole sequence. The system is built around anticipating your state, not just responding to your words, and that design assumption doesn't stay limited to human behavior. It spreads into the physical infrastructure too, including a restroom device that handles something deeply uncomfortable before you even think to feel embarrassed about it. Number 2, Suica and Pasmo IC cards that remove everyday friction. Every time you stop to fish out the right change, or stand at a turnstile fumbling with a paper ticket while people pile up behind you, that's a small stress event. Brief, but it happens several times a day, and across a week it actually adds up. Suica and Pasmo cards fix that whole problem. You tap in, tap out, and the fare calculates automatically based on where you traveled. No zones to memorize, no ticket machines, no exact change. And the same card works on trains, buses, taxis, vending machines, and convenience store checkouts, because dozens of separate transit operators and retailers all agreed on one standard. Number 3, Takuhaibin luggage forwarding services that reduce travel stress. Picture trying to take a bullet train across Japan with 2 large suitcases. You'd have to haul them onto a packed train, find somewhere to store them in a car not built for that much luggage, drag them off at your stop, and then push through a crowded station before you even get to your hotel. Most people just accept that as part of traveling. Takuhaibin removes that whole experience. You drop your bags at a convenience store or hotel front desk, pay a flat fee based on size, and they show up at your destination the next morning. You travel with nothing, and your luggage meets you there. Number 4, public restroom privacy sound machines that respect personal comfort. Public restrooms run on an unspoken social contract that nobody actually agreed to. Everyone pretends the next stall doesn't exist, and if you make a sound, that's your problem to manage. It's a low-level anxiety most people carry without naming it. Japanese restrooms solve this with a small button on the toilet unit itself. Press it, and it plays a steady stream of water sounds at a volume calibrated to cover whatever you'd rather not broadcast. The device is called an otohaimi, which translates roughly to sound princess. Number 5, priority seating systems for those who need extra support. On most transit systems, priority seating is basically just a sticker. Maybe the seat's a different color, and there's an expectation that people will move if someone needs it. But whether that actually happens depends entirely on whoever's sitting there that day. Japan's version runs differently. The seats are culturally understood to be genuinely reserved, not just preferentially reserved, and passengers near them tend to stay alert, avoid getting absorbed in their phones, and stay aware of who's boarding. Some rail lines post specific etiquette around those sections to keep that awareness from dissolving. Number 6, train platform queue markings that reduce conflict and confusion. If you've ever tried to board a busy train with no agreed system, you know exactly what that feels like. It's not a fight usually, but there's jostling. There's that moment where 2 people reach the door at the same time and neither one moves. And there's a low-grade tension that follows you onto the train. Tokyo platforms have painted queue markings on the floor showing exactly where to stand for each door. The train pulls in, the doors open at those exact spots, and people board in the order they arrived. No ambiguity to exploit, so nobody tries. Number 7, convenience stores that provide essential services close to home. In most cities, running errands means hitting 5 different places across town: a grocery store, a pharmacy, an ATM, a post office, and by the time you're done, half the day is gone. Japanese convenience stores, called konbini, compress that entire list into one location that's open 24 hours, and usually a few minutes walk from wherever you live. You can pay utility bills, ship packages, print documents, withdraw cash, buy hot food, and pick up event tickets, all in one stop that takes about 10 minutes. Number 8, parcel redelivery scheduling that works around people's schedules. The standard delivery experience in most countries puts all the scheduling power on one side. A package arrives whenever the driver gets to your address, which could be any point in a 6-hour window. And if you're not home, you get a slip telling you to call a number or go collect it yourself. Japan's system flips that. When a delivery attempt fails, the driver leaves a slip with a QR code, and you reschedule for a specific 2-hour window on any day within the next week, including evenings and weekends. Some services let you redirect to a nearby convenience store instead. Number 9, plastic food displays that make restaurant choices easier for everyone. Ordering food when you can't read the menu is genuinely stressful. You point at something and hope for the best, or you ask a server who brings you something you didn't want, and now you're stuck with it. Shokuhin Samparu are the plastic food models you see in restaurant windows all over Japan, and they're not there to look pretty. Each model gets made by pouring liquid plastic into a mold taken from actual food, then hand-painting it to match the real color and texture. A single ramen bowl replica can take several hours to produce and costs more than the actual meal. Number 10, tactile paving that improves accessibility without requiring assistance. Navigating a busy train station with a visual impairment in most cities means memorizing routes in advance, relying on someone else, or moving slowly and hoping for the best. The built environment doesn't help much. It's designed for people who can see it. Japan's tactile paving system solves this at the floor level. Raised dot tiles mean stop or pay attention, and raised bar tiles mean keep going in this direction. And that 2-pattern language covers platforms, crosswalks, station exits, and the paths connecting them. Standardized nationally, so the same tiles mean the same thing everywhere. Number 11, highly punctual public transportation that respects people's time. In most cities, a train schedule is basically a suggestion. You know the train's supposed to arrive at 8:14, but you also know it probably won't, so you build a buffer into your morning just in case. That buffer is time you're not sleeping, not eating breakfast, not doing anything useful. Japanese rail runs precise enough that the buffer disappears. When a train gets delayed by 5 minutes or more, the operator issues a formal delay certificate that passengers can hand to their employer. The delays are rare enough that the certificate itself is a notable event. Number 12, compact, walkable neighborhoods that keep daily needs within easy reach. Most urban planning in the last century assumed you'd have a car. Grocery stores got placed where land was cheap. Clinics ended up across town. And just getting through a normal week turned into a logistics problem that required a vehicle to solve. Japanese neighborhoods are built on a completely different assumption. In Tokyo, Kyoto, or Osaka, a grocery store, pharmacy, park, and train station are all within about a 10-minute walk from most apartments, because zoning rules actually allow shops and homes to sit right next to each other. A bakery next to an apartment building next to a clinic isn't unusual. It's just Tuesday. So daily life stops requiring a plan. You need something, you walk and get it.